Hello, we are now on page 3 and we look at the first out questions. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of May. A new movie called Happy Farm is shown on the 4th Saturday in the month of May. We need to find what is the date of showing the Happy Farm movie. Okay, today is the 1st of May. It is Wednesday. So first of all, we need to find the date of the first Saturday. From Wednesday to Saturday, how many days in between do you know? Yes, 3 days. From Wednesday to the first Saturday is 3 days in between. Today is the 1st of May, and from today to Saturdays is 3 days in between, so we write down 3 plus 3. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. So the date of the first Saturday is the 4th of May. And then we need to find the date of the 4th Saturday. So this coming Saturday, the first Saturday, is the 4th of May. So from the first Saturday to the second Saturday in this month, do you know how many days in between? Yes, 7 days, because there are 7 days in 1 week. So from the first Saturday to the second Saturday with plus 7. How about from the second Saturday to the third Saturday? How many days in between? Yes, 7 again. And then from the third Saturday to the fourth Saturday, how many days between? Yes, 7 again, so plus 7. So the date of the fourth Saturday will be 4 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. So do you know what is the total? Yes, 25. That means the date of the fourth Saturday is the 25th of May. And the movie Happy Farm will be shown on the 25th of May. So let's look at the second out questions on page 3. Iris has running competition on March. And it said if the third Monday of a month is the 17th, then we need to find what is the date of the second Tuesday. So first of all, do you know how many days in 1 week? Yes, there are 7 days in 1 week. In the question, we know that the third Monday of a month is 17th. So we need to find out what is the date on the second Monday. So the date of the third Monday is 17. Imagine we have a time machine and we travel back to the second Monday. So that means we need to travel 7 days before. So if we travel 7 days before, what is the date? Yes, minus 7. 17 minus 7 equals to how many? Yes, it's 10th. So that means the date of the second Monday is 10th. So if the date of the second Monday is 10th, so how can we find the date of the second Tuesday? The date of the second Monday is 10th. From Monday to Tuesday is 1 day in between, so we plus 1. It is 11. So the date of the second Tuesday will be the 11th of March. Okay, and then we will talk about page 5 and we need to complete the chart below. For the first question, we need to find how many minutes in 1 hour. For example, it is now 1 p.m. So 1 hour later, what is the time? Yes, 2 p.m. From 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., how many minutes in between do you know? From 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., the minute hand makes 1 revolution. The hour hand moves every hour, and it is now point towards 2 o'clock. Do you know when the minute hand makes 1 revolution, how many minutes passed? Yes, it's moved like this, and it is 16 minutes. So 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. And then we need to find how many hours in 1 day. A day starts at 12 midnight. So from 12 midnight to 12 noon, how many hours in between? Yes, it's 12 hours in between. And 12 noon to 12 midnight on the other day, it is also 12 hours in between. 12 plus 12 equals to 24. So that means there are 24 hours in 1 day. Okay, next we need to find 32 hours equal to how many days and how many hours. We know that 1 day is 24 hours. Okay, that means we need to subtract 24 from 32. 32 minus 24 equals to 8. Okay, that means 32 hours equals to 1 day and 8 hours. Okay, next we need to find 1 hour and 36 minutes equals to how many minutes in total. And we know that 1 hour is 16 minutes. So to find the answer, 60 plus 36 equals to how many? Yes, 96. So that means the answer is 96 minutes. And then we need to find 78 minutes equals to how many hours and how many minutes. And we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 78 minus 60 equals to how many? Yes, 18. Okay, that means 78 minutes equals to 1 hours and 18 minutes. Okay, and then the final one, we need to find 1 day and 18 hours equals to how many hours. And we know that there are 24 hours in 1 day. So 24 hours plus 18 hours equals to how many? Yes, it's 42. 42 hours. 1 day and 18 hours equals to 42 hours. Okay, we are now on page 5 and we talk about the first questions. If Brenda starts her work at 7:30 in the morning and she finishes her work at 5:45 in the evening, we need to find how long does Brenda finishes her work. Okay, let's draw 7:30 in the morning at the clock. So if it is 7:30 in the morning, the hour hand will point to which number on the clock? Yes, it will point to 7. And we draw hour hand. And how about the minute hand? Which number will be pointed to if it is 7:30? Yes, it's point to 6. If the minute hands point to 6, that means it is 30 minutes past. So now on the clock it is now 7:30 in the morning. And then we draw the second clock. We need to draw 5:45 in the evening. If now is 5:45 p.m., the hour hand will point to which number? Yes, it will point in between 5 and 6. So how about the minute hand? Yes, it will point to 9. And then we need to find how long does Brenda finishes her work. So she starts her work at 7:30 in the morning and finishes at 5:45 p.m. And we need to find how many hours and minutes in between. The hour hand makes one revolution every hour, from 7:30 to 8:30, and it makes one revolution. And 8:30 to 9:30 is 1 hour, and 9:30 to 10:30 1 hour, and then 10:30 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12:30. So that means how many hours in between? Let's count together. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 hours in between. And then from 12:30 to 1:30 in the afternoon, it is 1 hour. And then 2:30 in the afternoon, and then 3:30 in afternoon, 4:30 and 5:30, 1 hours. So how many hours in between? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means from 7:30 to 5:30, it is 5 plus 5. That means it is 10 hours in between. So but Brenda finishes her work at 5:45, not 5:30. So from 5:30 to 5:45, how many minutes in between? Okay, 45 minus 30 equals to 15. So that means there are 15 minutes from 5:30 to 5:45. And she spent 10 hours and 15 minutes to finish her work. We are now on page 7, and in this page, the question said there is time difference between city A and other cities. Let us say it is 3 p.m. in city A, and we need to answer the following questions. Okay, for the first of our questions, if it is 9 p.m. in city D, we need to find how many hours ahead is city D than city A. Okay, first of all, we fill in the information that we know. Okay, from the questions, we know that city A is 3 p.m. now, and city D is now 9 p.m. And we need to find how many hours ahead is city D than city A. Okay, city D is now 9 p.m. and city A is now 3 p.m. So 9 minus 3 equals to 6. So that means city D is 6 hours ahead than city A. And then we look at the second hour question. If it is 8 p.m. in city B, and we need to find how many hours ahead is city B than city A. Again, we fill in the information provided in the questions. City A is now 3 p.m. and city B is now 8 p.m. We write down 8 p.m. So we need to find how many hours ahead is city B than city A. City B is now 8 p.m. and city A is 3 p.m. 8 minus 3 equals to 5. So city B is 5 hours ahead than city A. Okay, we are now on page 8 and we look at the first hour questions. It said if it is 11 p.m. in city C, so how many hours ahead is city C than city A? Okay, from the question on the last page, and we know that city A is now 3 p.m. and city C is now 11 p.m. and we need to find how many hours ahead is city C than city A. Okay, city C is now 11 p.m. We write down 11 here, and city A is now 3 p.m. So 11 minus 3 equals to 8. So that means city C is 8 hours ahead than city A. Okay, we look at the second hour questions. It said it is 2 p.m. in city D. So we need to find what time is it in city C. Okay, do you remember on the last page and question 1 we know that city D is how many hours ahead than city A? Do you still remember? Yes, city D is 6 hours ahead than city A. So we write down 6 here. So if city D is now 2 p.m., that means the time in city A is 6 hours before 2 p.m. So what time is it in city A? That means 6 hours before 2 p.m. What is the time? Yes, it will be 8 o'clock in the morning. So we write down 8 a.m. here. Okay, if we know the time in city A, we can use it to find the time in city C, because on these questions we know that city C is 8 hours ahead than city A. So we write down 8 here, and the time in city C now is 8 hours after 8 a.m. in the morning. So what is the time in city C? You may look at the clock and count 8 hours from 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay, let's think about it. Yes, after 8 hours, it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That means 4 p.m. So the time now in city C is 4 p.m. Okay, please turn to page 9 and we talk about the last hour questions. It is 10 a.m. in City B. We need to find what time is it in City D. Okay, from the question we know that it is 10 a.m. in City B. And from question 2, we know that City B is how many hours ahead than City A? Do you still remember? Yes, it's 5. City B is 5 hours ahead than City A. So we write down 5. And then we look at the timeline. If City B is 10 a.m. now, we write down City B here. And then we need to find what time is it in City A. City B is 5 hours ahead than City A. So we need to jump backward. How many steps? Yes, 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means City A is now 5 a.m. That means 5 o'clock in the morning. So we write down City A on the timeline. Okay, so according to question 1, do you still remember how many hours is City D ahead than City A? Yes, 6 hours. City D is 6 hours ahead than City A. So if now City A is 5 o'clock, what time is it in City D? Okay, City D is 6 hours ahead than City A, so that means we need to jump forward. How many steps? Yes, 6 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means in City D it is now 11 o'clock. So if it is 10 a.m. in City B, the time in City D is 11 o'clock in the morning.